live,
He
uncut,
called in and said,
unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, all right, all right. We got some going on tonight. We got a great show tonight, and I listen. I will call it a small victory, but we got
yeah.
to keep pushing now. This is not it. Now we can't celebrate. We do a little bit celebrate, but we got to get to the finish line now. That's the next goal. Get to the finish line. And come on in,
You
people. We're going to
already know what
acknowledge
it
some
is.
people
Live,
tonight.
uncut,
And I promise we won't be
unedited.
long tonight.
Tell
I
the
got
truth
special guests,
and shame the
Sister
devil.
Doris, Sister
I
Erica.
love
I
being
believe
black.
Mark is coming on tonight. And we definitely got something going on tonight. And I want to share with you guys. And this is great. This is a great conversation. And people, this is what we need. We need to hold our
We need to
people
get them.
accountable, not just every 4 years or every 2 years, all during their election process when they're in office. That's how we hold them accountable. See, what we do in the black community, how we hold them accountable is we just don't vote for them no more next time. But you know how much damage they can do in 2 years and 4 years? My God. Come on in, people. Come on in, live, uncut, unedited. I need everybody to check in. Come on, check in real quick.
We here.
Now, I know you guys are here. Just hold on. Hold on. I'm talking to my audience. All right. I'm talking to my audience. I hear you. Slow down. All right, Monique Scott, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Let me get some of these names. Kena Nicole.
Is that
How you
Monique the
doing?
Alderman? Is that Monique the
No, no,
Alderman?
that's not Monique the Alderman. That's Monique.
Oh, that's the other Monique. That's
Yeah,
a
the other
girl.
Monique
That's
that
that
did the
girl.
film. Yeah. Miss Nash, how you doing? Jules Smith, what's going on? Brandy Gray, what's up, Brandy? I see you. I see you. Monique Scott again. All right. It's that Renita McDonald. Hey, Martin, I love being black. Yes.
I love being black.
All right. All right. Lewis Ramsey. What's up, brother Lewis? Nathan, what's going on? Kennard, what's going on? Deborah Singleton. All right. I see you. I see you. I see you. Proud Islander. All right. I see you. Ella Clark. What's going on? Rose Dorsey. All right. Dorsey. I think I pronounced that right. All right. Just come on in, guys. They in here. They coming in. I think it's Mark. I think Mark just called in as well, too. Regina, what's going on, Mr. Regina? We're going to get started. I'm going to post up what we're talking about on the board. But before we get started, I need you guys to hit the like button. That's what I need you guys to do. I need you to tag someone. I need you to call someone, whatever floats your boat, to come on in, and we got to get this message out. I am so proud of black people right now. Not that I've never was, but I'm more so proud because we have a little small victory, but we got to keep pushing now. Keep pushing, people. Keep pushing. That's what we have to do. I don't care if you are a black Democrat or a black Republican. You ought to represent your people that put you into office. And a lot of these black aldermen, their ward is predominantly black. There's no reason why that they should not serve the interests of the people that look like them, period. And that's the truth. And what somebody said, well, Martin, you always talking about race. Well, hey, when you fill out your application, that's all they talk about is race. They want to know what color you are. When you go online to fill a home mortgage out, try to apply for a mortgage, they want to know what race you are. When you do a bank account, they want to know. When you sign up for school, they want to know. When you get a job, they want to know what race you are. They want to know these things. So come on in, people. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Make sure you guys share it to your groups, tag it. I don't care what you do with it. Just put it out there. We need it out there because hopefully, matter of fact, y'all can tag Alderman Greg Mitchell tonight. Now we can bust his head and excuse my language with a bat and with words and stuff. We sure enough can praise him when he's doing the right thing about his people. Can I get a witness? I know I get a witness on that. We definitely can, hey. Right. All right, we called. I asked you guys to call this office and complain you did that. And we're finna talk about the results. All right, we're finna talk about it. So I'm finna post it up here. Let me share the screen share and post it up here because this is real, people. This is a wonderful thing, and I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. All right, reload that. All right, here we go. All right, can y'all see it on the screen? We're talking about Alderman Greg Mitchell accused of threatening building owner who's housed migrants, economic illegal immigrants. That's what that is. That's what that is. And we're going to get ready to read it, and I'm going to read it slow. Matter of fact, anyone you guys want to say something before I start reading? Doris, anybody want to say anything real quick?
Erica, go ahead. Go ahead,
Erica. Erica,
Yes, sir.
did you want to say anything?
I
Go
would
ahead.
like to, yes, sir. I would like to say thank you to Alderman Greg Mitchell. You know, we really do appreciate you stepping up and confronting this parasite in our community for disrespecting you and for disrespecting the South Shore community by bringing all of these people, hardcore criminals and others, into our community without having a conversation with us and without getting our permission. We really appreciate you, and we pray that other aldermen will follow your lead. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Well, this is what I want to say. I want to say power to the people.
Yes.
Power to the people. And as I have been saying, it does not take an army. You just need a few committed people. Monique, I want to congratulate you and thank you for your play-by-play coverage of this. You made it possible. You brought it to our attention. You did a play-by-play analysis of what was going on. And we stepped up to the plate like Martin asked us to do. And we called Greg Mitchell. I called him, and I cannot even say to you what I said to him, but it was not nice. So power to the people, and the people must keep their feet on these Black elected officials' necks. That is the only way they're going to respect us and do what they're supposed to do for us. So power to the people.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. 900, did you want to say something?
No, I didn't want to say that
Okay,
right now.
okay, cool. I believe that's Mark. Is that you, Mark, 3962?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you want to say something real quick? I'm going to read the letter. Go ahead, read the article, but go ahead. You could say something.
No, you read the letter.
Okay. All right, people.
I'll
I'm a little slow now. I got a school teacher on here if I need some correction. Mama Doris. So you know, I went to public school. All right. Alderman Greg Mitchell accused of threatening building owner who's housed migrants. All right. A building owner, Christopher Amateur, I hope I pronounced this right, said he was summoned to a meeting where a screaming Mitchell asked him, "How dare I place migrants in his ward without his permission?" According to a complaint filed with the Inspector General. All right. A member of Mayor Brandon Johnson's City Council leadership team was accused this week of threatening the life of one of the constituents because he housed 448 migrants in a local buildings he owns, spending $150,000 of his own money so far. In a complaint filed with Inspector General Deborah Weinsberg and emailed to all 50 alderman persons, building owner Christopher Amateur, wherever his name is, say he was summoned to a meeting Monday at the ward office of Alderman Greg Mitchell. I guess that's the 7th ward. That's where a screaming Mitchell threatened my life. This is Mr. Altamore talking. Threatened my life to terminate a Chicago Housing Authority contract my company Manage Chicago Inc. has a threatened to block a potential zoning change Amateur had discussed with a deputy building commissioner. All right. The late afternoon meeting at Mitchell's ward office at 2249 East 95th Street took place after WLS Channel 7 aired a story highlighting Amateur decision to house hundreds of migrants at his own expense at the time when the 28 shelters owned and operated by the city filled to capacity with 13,878 asylum seekers, and another 180 migrants are sleeping on the floor at O'Hare Airport while awaiting placement. Mitchell immediately started pointing his finger at me and raising his voice, telling me that I am a problem for him and how dare I place migrants in his ward without his permission. Amateur complaint states. Amateur replied he did try to meet with Mitchell to tell the alderman about his plan to move 448 migrants into buildings he owned at 7831, 7833 South Colfax Avenue, and 7933 and 7935 South Essex Avenue.
Oh my God.
When staffers told him Mitchell was not available, Amateur said he filled out a form and put it in a description of what I intended to do, but never received a response. This explanation apparently did not sit well with Mitchell, who Amateur said demanded to know why Amateur helped migrants only and doesn't help Black people in his ward. Let me read that again. The explanation apparently did not sit well with Mitchell, who Amateur said demanded to know why Amateur helps migrants only and doesn't help Black people in his ward. All right. A finger pointing Mitchell threw papers off his desk and stood up and looked down on me and screamed at the top of his lungs and said, "You better watch your effing ASS walking around my ward. You are no longer safe." Then he said, "You have a effing CHA contract, don't you? Consider that terminated, and I'll make one phone call, and you would have, and you can kiss that ASS bye." Oh, wow. Strong language. When a witness present in the alderman's office, Amateur said he explained to Mitchell that he had not received any money from anyone to house the migrants and offered to find a place, another alderman ward if the migrants were not allowed in Mitchell's far south side ward. He said, "I offered to help move the migrants if he told me where to move them," Amateur wrote in the complaint. Mitchell, who chairs the City Council Transportation Committee, did not respond to repeated phone calls. In a text message to the Sun-Time, he wrote, "I understand that you are contacting me regarding a letter written by Chris Amateur, the president and the founder of Manage Chicago. Please be advised that I have not received or had the chance to review the reference letter. As such, I am not in a position at this time to respond to inquiries or take action if it deems necessary related to anything stated this letter." Okay. Wilsonberg refused to comment. All right. Contact by the Sun-Time, Amateur would not elaborate further on his complaints. He threatened my life and bodily harm, and he threatened to remove a contract I have with Chicago Housing Authority, and he said he was going to block some zoning thing that I have nothing to do with, Amateur told Sun-Time. Mitchell alleged behind the scenes underscores his historical political tensions between Blacks and Hispanics, exacerbated by the migrants crisis. All right. Last fall, Mitchell demanded to know why an ordinance of authorizing that the city accept a $33 million federal grant stipulated that the money is for non-citizen migrants. And while a $3.5 million state grant to support 13 homeless shelters and 4 service organizations was charged with engagement and outreach was open to anyone who is unhoused. Wow. We are getting questions and getting a lot of pushback from our community. This is Mitchell talking. We're getting tents in parks. We're getting all this stuff, and nobody in my community is appreciative of any of this, he said then. And about a month later, Mitchell got into a physical altercation in the city hall with a man who was attempting to record a TikTok video of Mitchell talking to a woman complaining that the migrants crisis was siphoning city funding that could be going to the Black veterans. All right. So let me read the last one. All right. That's it. So you guys can comment. We got a full bank of people. All right. What's going on, man?
Can I say something about it?
Come on with it.
Better.
Come on with it.
Okay. So first off, now this man that came into our community and disrespected not only the alderman, but his constituents, the people that's been living there with his dilapidated properties, that's been empty forever, boarded up, an eyesore in the community. Now he wants to play victim.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to play victim. First, he acts like he was, Mr. Catholic Charity or Mr. Santa Claus. He's coming in to save the day. He's the Superman. Now he wants to play victim. And we're not buying none of it. If Alderman Mitchell checked him, he needed to be checked because you are disrespectful. And like Sister Doris said, that was a marketing video that he did when he went out there recording those immigrants, those illegal immigrants picking up paper in the neighborhood. That's a marketing video. And what he's doing, he's inviting the rest of his cronies to come in and follow his lead. Well, I'm going to tell you what Alderman Greg Mitchell said. You're not about to do it. You're not about to pull it. We're not getting ready to tolerate it. And see, if you were really caring about the people, you would have been down there at Canal Street, under Lord Wacker Drive, on the side of Roosevelt Road. You would have been went and got those people and put them in your buildings. If you were really so saintly, if you were a saint like you were trying to portray yourself as, but we understand that this is about money. And you're violating housing codes. You're violating occupancy codes. You have all of these people in these buildings and they're being worked on while they're in there. You are in total violation. And Greg Mitchell should have gave you an emergency vacate, eviction right away. That's what he should have gave you. And then found ways to put fines on you all the way that you all do us. The way that the city of Chicago do us when they want to take our property. They come in and find everything wrong with it, fine us $500,000 a day until we fix it, or either until you take it. So no, we're not you. You're gonna fall. Your ass gonna fall under the same rules we fall under. You violated big time. And if you didn't get a response to your letter, you should have waited until you did get a response. You don't move out without getting permission in our community. If you want to house them, take them to your community and house them. Send them next door to your mother. As I said before, let them live next door to your children if you're so concerned about them.
And then you know what he does, what he did? He does like white boys always do. They tuck their tails and then they run to the white media and give all this BS to the white media because they know that they're going to write that BS. He was called on it. What Greg Mitchell needs to tell him is get him out of those buildings and out of the 7th Ward. That's what Greg Mitchell needs to do. And we need to follow up on calls to Greg Mitchell demanding that he does that because the man violated all of the codes, all of the housing codes. you're going to bring that many people into a community. We need to tell Greg Mitchell, we want them out of the 7th Ward. We want that white boy out of the 7th Ward. So this white boy just did what white boys do when they get caught, and a black man called him on it and stood up to him and did not back down. So what does he do? He runs to the other white boys in the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Tough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody who next? Mark. I got Natasha on here. Come on, sister. 8140.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, this is Natasha. How's everybody doing this evening?
Good.
Hey, Natasha.
Hi. You know, we all. I have an apart. If all this is true, which I don't think it's far fetched at all. I can see it happening. I owe somebody down at the Alderman's office an apology, and I'll be calling him tomorrow. But I think that in the Alderman, you know, they have that, but I think that we should be assisting him in this. Maybe we can probably put up some type of petition to get things rolling, you know, get other people involved and, you know, start some type of petition to get that man out of there. But when we were there Tuesday at City Hall, okay, this is how you know that those people on the panel are on board, of course. They don't want any, you know, they don't want to really oppose that man because he got up there and spoke zero facts, okay? He got up there and played on their emotions. He spoke zero facts. He spoke about hate, right? He spoke about how he was, I don't know if he called himself a Christian, but he was just kept mentioning Jesus and God. What that got to do with this? Talking about how he's such a great person, good person. And first of all, just like my sister said, look at you. You don't even care about yourself. You want us to believe you care about somebody else? Like, where did you get these people from, first of all? Because they're illegal immigrants. Either they're legal or immigrants, whatever. They're not citizens, right? What type of documentation do you have that you were able to take them from where they were and with you? Who authorized that? Okay, because even though they're allowed here in the city, I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to just be roaming the city, right? Somebody is supposed to know where they are. So who gave you these people? Where did you get them from? Where's your documentation for that? You know what I'm saying? What's the follow-up? You know, and even if money is not literally being sent in his name, because we know how dirty business goes, and even clean business. You know, if a person doesn't want to stack, you know, if they don't want too much money in their name because IRS or whatever the case may be, a lawsuit, you know, they'll put it in their wife's name. They'll put it in their brother's name. Like, so the fact that his money is probably not actually being funneled directly to an account with only his name don't mean nothing to me, because it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't care how Jesus you are, okay? You're not going to take that liability and have people on a property that you're responsible for, okay? And anything can happen. First of all, you got way too many people in there. That's a hazard in itself. But even if you had 2 people in the building, that's a liability. You're talking about life. So because the buildings are a liability just by sitting there, but definitely with life in it. So you're trying to make us believe that you are in no way being compensated for these people. And we saw like appliances coming in and stuff. Missed me with that. You know what I'm saying? But he was allowed to get up there and play on those people's emotions. You know, he spoke no facts. The fact is, this is a special situation. You're not renting to regular renters, right? You didn't have a permit to have that building occupied because it was abandoned. Okay. You did not properly notify and get it approved through the alderman in the area. You didn't communicate with the people on the block that own the place. You didn't send out no flyers. You didn't do no robocalls, no nothing. You don't have any documentation. When he came to City Hall, this is how you know that he is so confident in his white privilege. Because if it was me, I would have at least came to City Hall with everything, because I would be prepared for people to ask me questions. You don't have any documentation. You should have been up in there with all your permits showing that everything is on the up and up with the building. You should have been showing, like, these are the people's names, and this is exactly how many they are. You know what I said? This is where I got them from. This is who contacted me about them, or whatever. This man came in with only a cry. That's all he did. He came in there to cry. That's it. And it was allowed and it was excused, and nobody gave him no opposition but us. And I don't understand that, you know. So I think that the city as a whole is being quiet about it because it's almost like, he's taking an issue off their hands, right? But on a more personal scale, the community that he's in, we need to speak up more, and we need to assist the alderman in getting him out of there. Because like my sister brought up, that where is this man getting all this money from? Let's say you did spend $150,000 on him. Why is that not even being questioned? Where? Because they would ask us. If I said I spent $150,000 on some strangers, out the kindness of my heart, okay, they're going to want to know, well, what do you do for a living that you're able to afford this? Where are your funds coming from? And that's a legit question.
Well,
they didn't ask that man anything.
I wouldn't even question that. But
if you
go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Martin.
Let Mark talk.
Well, if you remember, what did they say? He has a contract with CPHA.
Thank you.
And so,
Exactly.
Let's talk about next steps. Let me show y'all how to apply pressure. There's what's called the Troubled Building Initiative, the TBI program. And so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show y'all how we can call down to the Department of Building, and the 9 other city departments. But if it was one of us, they'll send the task force out. If your child gets caught with drugs across town and use your address, that kicks in the task force in the Trouble Building Initiative. And so since this guy has broken the law under the TBI program, we want the task force to raid his building, no different than they do black people when they come after black people. So we need to all call to the building department now and force their hand, force them to send the task force, the 9 city departments, sanitation, police department, I think it's the water department, Department of Buildings, all the 9 city departments. We want them to do exactly what they do to our people when they go after their properties. And he doesn't have what's called a certificate of occupancy to take those people in there. So he has broken the law. And so we must apply pressure, no different. And they would do to you in their community. If they didn't want you there, the alderman would orchestrate the process, show them how to step by step file complaints consistently, call and make verbal complaints through 311, and drive you out of the community. So we're going to do them the way that's where our problem is coming from. We don't drive them out of our community.
That's right.
We talk about it, but we don't make the phone calls. And I'm not going to say that I'm not going to beat up on the people, because I know most people don't know how the process works. And so it's time that we use our phones, our strategy, no different than they do. This is how they ran people like Teddy Gilmore, who was throwing those parties and stuff in River North. I mean, the alderman would call on the people in the area, call them to a community meeting, and have them to take their phones out right on the spot, make complaints. So we're gonna do the same thing to this guy. Let's do it.
And you know what, Martin?
Yes, go ahead.
He came with all of his. He had all of his documentation. He was well documented. His whiteness was his documentation. Even when he spoke in the city council, this ain't about Jesus. This is about money. About money. So don't let that cracker talk this Jesus. I'm sick of hearing Jesus' name coming out of these people's mouths. It's about money.
He got up there like that.
Cracker came with his documentation. When he appeared in city council, his documentation was his whiteness. That's why they didn't say anything.
Yeah,
and let's not take our feet off Greg Mitchell's neck. Make him do his job. The only reason Greg Mitchell is doing anything is because the people put pressure on him.
Now, Mama Doris. Now we're gonna show them what blackness look like.
That's right.
Okay. Now let's show them what blackness look like, because now, and to you, Martin, it's time for Black History Month. We're gonna call for 30 days of mass deportation. See,
Yep.
we gotta start applying.
That's what I'm talking about.
We want to apply pressure, right?
Right.
We want to call
Yep.
for just like Trump calling for mass deportation, and Trump is the only one that's gonna make this happen. All this stuff where you think is gonna happen under this Democratic Party, it's
Ain't
not.
nothing.
They're the one that's pushing and bringing them and letting these people
Mhm.
break the laws, letting these homeowners, these property owners break the law. And so we need somebody like Trump that don't mind moving on these people who are a threat to our
Okay.
community. And so this thing is about, and look, unless we pose a threat to this establishment, they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
gonna
They're not
keep
going to
doing
listen to you.
Right?
And so you have to come with a threat, and don't think that you're going to make anything happen by doing the same thing you've done. No, you need to start talking about going red, rolling with Trump against against this mass immigration, and calling for mass deportation. Other than that, you're gonna get your ass wiped out in this city, being so benevolent and sympathetic toward your open enemy that is here to wipe you out and take you out of your home. You're gonna look up and be like in black folks in California. You're gonna be sleeping on the bridge, and they're gonna be sleeping in your house.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Brother Martin, and I want to say this part too.
Okay.
You know, he went down there talking about the alderman threatened him, and he said that he was going to take his contract and this, that, and the other. You know what it made me think about?
Mhm.
It made me think about Carlos Ramirez Rosa when he was on the city council floor.
Right there.
But it made me think about Carlos Ramirez Rosa when he was on that floor after he held Emma Mitts hostage against her will to keep her from voting on allowing the sanctuary city referendum to get on the ballot in March. He was down there threatening people, using extortion. He actually physically mishandled Alderman Mitts. And they didn't do anything for him. He resigned from his floor position. They still down there running stuff. He's still down there running stuff. They should have made him resign altogether. Okay? He put his hands on Emma Mitts, and he held her hostage in the presence of police officers in City Hall. And they stood back and did nothing. So I don't want to hear nothing about Greg Mitchell threatened me, because for one, I don't believe the devil anyway. I don't believe the devil. You understand? I don't believe them because, they all are masters of deception. They got deception down to an art. So, I'm just saying, this is what it made me think about. What happened with Alderman Carlos Rosa and Emma Mitts, and how he was down there disrespecting all the aldermen down there, and then referred to them as idiots. Referred to the black aldermen and the other aldermen as idiots. So, I don't want to hear nothing about what Greg Mitchell threatened him for. Don't, because see, a threat is just talk, right? A threat is talk. Did he make good on the threat? I'm just saying, see, that's what he should have did, Sister Doris. He should have went upside his head. And you know what else? And because now they have a safety act in place. And you can just about commit any crime in Chicago and you won't go to jail. We just seen a story about illegal economic immigrants jumping on police officers in New York. Drug them all down on the ground and everything. And they didn't even go to jail and stay there and get a bond. They let them right out. So this nation is lawless at this point. It's lawless. You can do anything and get away with it. So you know what I mean? Keeping that in mind, he's sitting up talking about Greg Mitchell. You better know that you're upsetting the whole community. You're upsetting the whole community. And when he told you that you're in danger, you are in danger. You're upsetting the whole community. People are tired of being disrespected. You don't even live in that community. And you think you have the right to come over there and just do what you want to do because they didn't respond on your timeline. First off, you should have went in there. If you were even going to do this, you should have went to the proper departments and got your permit. And they would have told you right then and there what you're trying to do is illegal. You wouldn't have had to talk to the alderman if you would have went about things the right way. So don't tell us nothing about his threats. He should have went upside your head.
Well, all I have to say to Greg Mitchell, use your aldermanic power and get that cracker out of the community. Get those illegal economic immigrants out of the community. That's what I want Greg Mitchell to do. So let's keep the pressure on Greg Mitchell because we made him stand up. We made him stand up. Had he been standing up for the community, it would not have happened. He's got a lot of aldermanic power. Use it. Tell that cracker to get out of the community and take those people out of the community and then go down there Roosevelt Road and get our brothers and sisters and bring them out there. That's all I want Greg Mitchell to do. I'm not lightening up. I'm not gonna lighten up off Greg Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason he's doing it is because the people stood up. And that's what I want people on this line to understand. The power of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Government for the people, of the people, and by the people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, that's just whew. Man, he put it out there, and that's what goes to show when we stick together with one man and one heart and one soul, we can get things done. But we got to continue to keep our foot on Alderman Mitchell.
It ain't number 4 years. It's only 4 years. He can't run but one last time. Let's get them white races. See, we act like we don't know how to play this game.
Hell,
I
know how
don't
to
want to just meet with any type of white folks.
Mm-mm.
I want to meet with the most white racist Republicans about this mass immigration.
Yeah.
One thing that black person taught y'all is how to love your enemy. Take care of your enemy. No. Hell no.
Kill your enemy.
You do like God. God destroyed his enemies. God didn't tell you to love your enemy. You know what I mean? Your pastor told you that. God told that woman, don't turn around and look, or you're going to turn into a pillar of salt. And everywhere else, Sodom and Gomorrah, all through the Bible, God was raining vengeance down on those that didn't follow. Matter of fact, God told Noah to build an ark, and everybody that didn't obey, they drowned. All that trying to love your enemy, no. We need Trump to get in office. Huh?
God did say that in the Bible. He said, "Love your enemies, do good to them." You know, but I understand what you're saying. But you did, but don't say.
I'm
God
only reading the parts of the Bible where God destroyed the enemy. I don't even read them other parts in the Bible where they say, "Love your enemy." I read Ecclesiastes. It's time for everything.
You're taking it out of context.
I ain't taking nothing out of context. Ma'am, let me say what I'm on. I'm talking, okay? So when you talking, I ain't gonna interrupt you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even read parts of the Bible that don't. The only parts I read are when God was raining down His vengeance on the enemy. And so this is about us getting a guy like Trump. He ain't got but 4 more years. We can bite our tongue, roll with Trump for this 4 years to do something about this illegal immigration. But see, our people want to do both. They want to be sympathetic until they get mad, and then they want to use the tools at their disposal. See, Mama Doris, we stay on one course, and that one course is we ain't trying to house them, we ain't trying to love on them, and you ain't got to break their families up, because you can take the little bastards back with you across the border. You ain't got to worry about them families being broke. Take them with you. When we deport your ass, you take your damn babies with you. You'll deport them too. Yeah.
Okay, I want to say something. Why is it that, okay, so all of a sudden now, black folks going from, oh, Trump racist and this and that, and we hate Trump, to now he's the answer to the problems. And look, I don't take a side because I don't vote. So I ain't got a dog in this fight, but I'm just observing how things change just that fast.
Well, I guess
And you
I
know
was
what it is,
speaking Spanish.
and Martin, you know what it is? It's like I said the other day, Martin. We are so impressed, a lot of us, by symbolism and things that we think are funny all up and down Facebook past couple years. The only time I see people really rocking with Trump in the Black community is because they saw or heard that he did something that they thought was funny. That's the only reason. That's not the only reason, but like that's the top reason, because he said something funny, or because he said something funny to like the news reporters or the faces that he made. And so we can identify with Trump because of those things. And now it's time. Now people identify with him because they want him to send the illegal immigrants back over to where they came from. But and also they want more stimulus checks. That was another big reason they got on Trump, that they wanted him back in it, because of the free money. See, Martin.
What's wrong with that free money? What's wrong with the free money?
Ain't nothing necessarily wrong with it, but it's like that free money is so short term. It's not something that's long term. See, this is what distinguishes us from other people. We'll settle for a $1,200 check short term. Meanwhile, these other groups, they demanding bills and stuff that's gonna serve them.
Can we stay on Black folks and
20,
immigration?
10, 15 years from now.
And immigration. See, we got an open enemy right now. That's your enemy too. Called mass immigration. And I voted for Trump the first time. I ain't never voted for Barack Obama. Because people in Chicago act like they don't remember that Tom ass nigga, you know what I'm saying, working with them white Jews against black people. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never voted for that house nigga. You know what I'm saying? That white man. Because he ain't black. And Michelle ain't black either. Michelle was, let me get back on immigration, you know what I'm saying? So I voted for Trump the first time because I knew that immigration was going to be a major problem. And so it would be in our best interest, and even if you ain't never voted, it would be in your best interest to vote this time for the betterment and the future of your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. Immigration is going to wipe black people out of this city, no different than it did in California. And if you can find somebody like a Trump that would do it, then that's who we need to sit down with. So you can't have it both ways. And I knew it was coming at some point. That's why I said it. And you didn't hear me. I just told you I'm only meeting with the racist white Republicans. I don't want to meet with no uppity white folks, you know what I'm saying? 1%ers. No, I want to meet with that trailer park crackers, because they get it. I love what they did January 6th. They didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell we was all upset about January 6th. There was some white folks going after white folks. That was a good thing. What's wrong with us? Why we always in the white folks' business when they taking care of their business on these other enemy white folks that's in this country? So I mean, what do we get all this right when it's selective when you want it to be right, selective when you want it to be wrong? No, we got a major problem in this country called mass immigration. And so we need crazy crackers like Trump to do mass deportation. And guess what? And these so-called Pan-Africanists that love these immigrants so much, these Africans so much, we send their ass back with them. Take them Africans back, them whites, them Jews, the Mexicans, take them all back. Get them out of here. Matter of fact, when you look at Operation Wetback, when one of them presidents, he even sent the ones back that was over here, had got their life together, making money, deport them too. Get them, all of them, the hell up out of here. That's what we need to be pushing. Because if we don't, then our people gonna end up like our people ended up in Mexico. In California. They homeless. While the Mexicans living in their houses. But that's what that old white Christian doctrine do to black people. Have you loving everybody but yourself? Love your enemy. God didn't love his enemy. God killed his enemy. I'm not telling you to go that far, but I'm like God. So who am I to love the enemy when God has showed me the difference? I'm following God.
And what folks gonna do if Trump get in there, just like Brandon Johnson? What is folks gonna do if Trump get in there and just disappoint? See, this is why Martin. I say,
man, you don't vote, so it's really not a conversation for you, to be honest.
Right.
You say you don't vote.
I was getting ready to say. This is what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, and it's not a conversation.
I was getting ready to say. This is why I don't vote, because I really believe that all this stuff is like a big psyop. It's all a big psyop. This year is going to be one heck of a year for sure. As we lead up to the election, don't be surprised if another pandemic break out. Don't be surprised if somebody get unalived or just another police brutality. Literally, don't be surprised at anything, because just like at every election time, they need something to hype the people up, and it happens all the time. Whether it was school shootings back to back, whether it was
but you don't vote, so it don't even matter to you. I mean, you talk about something else. You don't even vote. I mean, so that's not something that you can engage in. I mean,
I can
why
have
would you give?
I can have an opinion.
No, I mean, why would you
I
give
can have
people your
no opinion.
opinion if you don't even get in the game? I mean, you're not helping the people, the very people that you giving your opinion to.
Martin said he don't vote. So you might
I do vote. I ain't never said I didn't vote. Oh no, I ain't never said I don't vote. No, don't do.
Okay, I must have misheard you. I must have misheard you.
Okay. I vote, sister.
Well, you know what, ma'am, whether you vote or not, the policies that these people pass affect us all, either negatively or positively, whether you vote or not. It's the policies that they pass.
I mean, I suppose that's true. I mean,
sister, you are a female. We are supposed to be knowledgeable about what we're talking about so that we can help our people. This is what we're on here tonight, sister, my dear sister. We're talking about what we need to do to help our people in South Shore. Those people need to go, all of them, all 400. I didn't know it was that many over there. They need to go. Because the purpose of putting them there is to run those people, Black people who live in this area, out of the area. Black children, Black women, Black men. You've got to understand what is going on. And it's obvious that you don't. You don't understand what is happening to us. We're in trouble. Our babies will not have a future. So, sister, please go someplace and educate yourself, because you're not educated enough to be a part of this conversation.
Well, look, I would say this: whether it was the illegal immigrants coming to take the houses, or it was some big investment.
You did the same thing on the last call. You serve no purpose. Ma'am. Sister, you serve no purpose. You did the same thing on the last call. You are ignorant. You are a plant.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You are a plant. You are an agent.
What I'm saying.
You are against your people. You don't love Black people. That's why you're talking the way you talk.
What I'm saying now. I'm not talking.
You're not saying anything. You're not saying anything that's worthwhile.
If anything, I'm talking to Martin. Why don't you just?
You don't even need to be talking to Martin, because you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything, my sister. We're not on here to argue with you. We're on here to disseminate information. You are bringing absolutely nothing to this conversation. My goodness.
We got a new caller. We got a new caller. Hold it. Hold on. Listen, sister. Just hold it. Let's go to the new caller, because we can't be on here screaming and arguing. We've been rolling hard. Let's go to this new caller, 224, area code. Come on, caller. 224.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
God bless everyone tonight. Has anybody stated what the immigrant laws are for the state of Illinois? Because if the state of Illinois is a welcoming state, then how are you going to keep people out if this is a welcoming state? This state, they're bringing them here because...
That's what I'm saying. We all need to get together and vote for Trump. See, we get together and we all get somebody like Trump up in there, and Trump is going to see the federal government supersedes the state, just like the state supersedes the city, right? Is this you, Ray? Is that you that I'm hearing?
Well, I mean, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, because I agree with what that sister said. Because I noticed some things about black people. Some black people.
We're not.
I want to hear what he's going to say. Let him speak.
Let me say what I'm. Some black people identify with Trump. Some black people identify with Trump because they said.
Before you go further.
Oh, go ahead.
Sometimes people who disagree with you, let him speak.
I want to ask you a question.
I'm gonna get it in either way, so let them go ahead.
So let me ask you this question before you start talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all love to talk about black people. So, are you okay with all of these illegal immigrants being pushed into the black community?
Yeah.
You okay with it? Now.
I'm okay.
Listen. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that, matter of fact, let me ask you a different way before I say my second part. Knowing that this is going to hurt the future of our black children, are you okay with these illegal immigrants coming to the black community?
I don't think it's going to hurt our black children if we get up and go to work. I've been telling Martin this all the time.
Okay, so guess what I'm okay with? I'm okay with them same black children robbing your ass, hijacking you. You know what I'm saying? When they get into a life of crime because we didn't stand up for them. And I want you to be a little older than you are right now when they get you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be about 10 years older. You know what I'm saying? When they rob you and make your ass get up under the car, take your shoes all off, hijack you. You know what I'm saying? I want them to get
you talking ignorant, brother. You sound like yeah, but you sound like a fool. Even saying stuff like that.
We both fools.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
We
what you saying, brother? You got to have a reputable bill to be able to go and stand before an august body. You can't get up there with this gutter talk that what you talking. See, you cursing and all this stuff. You ain't gonna get nothing with that. See, you got to have.
So my grandmama was a cusser.
We talking about right now. We talking about right now. You got.
So you right now wrong. That's what I'm saying.
You got to be able to go and stand before the state legislature and put a bill in front of them that's going to make them back down.
Did you just hear was cussing that white man out? Ain't nothing wrong with cussing. What's wrong with cussing?
Well, okay, brother. What I'm saying, okay, now a lot of black people identify with Trump, and you know what they said? Because he's been to jail like we have. That's why a lot of black people identify with Trump. Because
why you don't identify with Trump?
Because I mean, you see, what you missing is the black people that's in charge. Brother, the black people in charge are people that understand bills. The black people in charge. All of them understand the Constitution. The black people in charge are educated people that's going to deal with other educated people. Now we have to fall in line with what the laws, the state laws say. The laws say that.
Based on what? I mean, when you say educated and unemployment, poverty, crime, bad schools in this city, well, with all these educated people, so educated based on what?
Well, okay. Let me tell you something, brother. Now look, okay, you got a school within. I'm gonna answer your question. You got a school within the school.
All right.
You got certain students in the school that's going to excel, that's there to excel, and you got everybody else there that just want to finish school. That's always been. That's why you got your A and B students, and you got your C and D and F students. And those students are there just to finish, they say, I finished high school. Those A+ students, they're kept separate from other, they take advanced courses.
So
based on
wait a minute. Come on, we trying to get straight to the point.
I'm just trying to tell you, they got to think. You always got to.
You don't have to filibuster. You can get straight to the point.
But those are the people that's up there. Those are the people that's up there making the rules.
Less than 30% of our children have been passing. So based on the evidence, if 70% of the children are felons, that means that we don't have a lot of educated people in this city then, right?
And all the time, you see us in black schools. You don't never hear around the world, well, you know, the white schools are failing. Look what Trump told you. Trump told you, your schools are failing. Look what he told you. The schools are failing. Your neighborhoods are no good.
White man.
And you said, well, brother, white people are smart.
White folks.
I mean, I'm not going to take that away from white people. Black people are smart too. But those are the upper echelon black people that's in the school. And you know what we call them? We call them nerds. We talking about, man, all he want to do is study. We jump on those people.
Martin, can we get back to the immigration conversation?
I'm trying to say,
All right.
I'm trying to say is that you got to understand the rules of the state. You got to understand the rules of the state. They bringing those people here because they're able to bring them here.
So wait a minute.
They bring them here because they're able to bring them here.
Wait. So let me ask you this.
I'm gonna go back on mute. Go ahead.
So are you okay with these grown ass illegal immigrants that walked across this border, broke the law? They broke the law, walking across the border. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Talk a little louder, Mark.
What law?
So are you okay with these people that broke the law? Since you want to hold black folks accountable, are you okay that these Mexicans and all these other illegal immigrants illegally walked into this country? Are you okay with them not being held accountable? That's a simple yes or no.
Well, if the law states that you can come here because you under pressure, you under due stress, you being ran out of your country, you being threatened, the United States, that's why you got the Statue of Liberty out there, brother. Bring me your time. Bring me your weary. Bring me your people. That's what the Statue of Liberty is about for. This is a land of freedom.
They are illegal.
I'm just trying to tell you what it is. I'm just trying to tell you what that statue. I'm just trying to tell you what that statue is out there for.
You see how you I don't give a fuck about that statue. So I'm
listen to what kind of thing for you.
So
I'm asking you a
question. I'm asking you a question. Let me ask you again. A different
man,
way.
come on.
So let me ask you a different way since you're old fool. You know what I'm saying? So now, with them breaking the law, you come up with an excuse for why it's okay. But when black people just do any infraction wrong, you ready to call 911 on them. I can hear it in your voice. You know what I mean? And so that's why since you don't think there's nothing wrong with them breaking the law, you don't think, you know what I'm saying, that they should be held accountable, then I think the kids should go up and rob you. But
hey, brother,
for saying what I'm saying.
Okay, like the sister said. Now, if you got
I'm crazy, but these people broke the law. Now you're trying to justify it to call them asylum seekers when it's been a proven fact that they're not leaving under the threat of death. They say they're coming here for a better life. So essentially, that clears the way of them being asylum seekers, and they definitely can't be migrants because you migrate within the country you live in. You can't migrate when you can't migrate across the border. It's against the law.
Okay.
Well,
you want to put it like this. The United States doesn't feel that they've given black people enough time to get themselves together and pretty much, they can write us off. If you want to say that, just go ahead on and say it. We've been here since 1619. We've been here since 1619. We still got regular neighborhoods. We still got rundown schools. The white people, look at Kenilworth. Look at Highland Park. Look at all the man. Don't matter. Come on, man. It's time for us to get going.
Oh, it definitely matters.
It's time. All the black neighborhoods.
How old are you, sir?
Tell me a regular white neighborhood, brother. Tell me where regular white neighborhood is.
White neighborhoods. I'm talking about the black.
I want somebody on the panel to tell me what regular white neighborhood.
You, as a black man, did stand up for, and now you're not all raggedy.
Come on, man. You know what? You saying all that stuff, brother, but black people get educated and run right to the white neighborhood.
You know what?
They do the same thing. Most of them do. All of the things do it. And we're not interested in doing it. We want to stay in the black neighborhood. And we got no
Let me say this.
Do you know why they run to the white neighborhood?
It's a proof.
It doesn't matter, mother. It doesn't matter why they run to the white neighborhood. We put our children in the car. If we put our children in the car, and saying, now you want to live over here, or you want to live over there?
In the neighborhood?
I've been in the black neighborhood all my life. I've been living in the black neighborhood all my life.
In the neighborhood, sir? What role did you play?
I get out and cut my grass. I get out and cut my grass. I get out and edge my lawn, and I'm satisfied with what I got. I've been in the black community all my life. I ain't never lived in the white community.
That's all matter. That's all that matters.
Black people need to stop being so lazy. Black people need to stop being so lazy and get up and take care of their yard. Take care of these hoods.
I wish, you know what? I wish some kids would while you cutting your grass.
And that's what they like to do. And that's what they like to do.
I wish some kids.
And that's what they like to do. That's why they go
rob you.
And that's why they go around carjacking.
You know what?
Oh man, go ahead.
You the white man, nigga. You the white man, nigga. I can hear it all in your voice. You the white man, nigga.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen, brother. You got it.
White man smell like players to you.
Yeah, okay.
White man,
you go tell us.
Yeah.
Martin, you know, we really got to stop all this stuff. It's time somebody disagree with us about something. The first thing they is a coon. If we're talking about coming together, people talking about, no. People talking about
I'm saying,
how you gonna come together? How you gonna come together when you can't even just listen?
We ain't trying to come together with some of y'all.
How you gonna come together with everybody? Well, you can't even listen to people who disagree with you.
We're not trying to come together with everybody.
You can't even listen to people who disagree with you. What does that say about us?
Ma'am, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page.
Part of maturity and common decency as a people.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Who disagree with you?
We're not there yet. We on the part where we point out the differences.
Brother, we the only one. We the only ones really wrong. The only ones really wrong.
One thing I learned. One thing I learned about you baby boomers, and I can hear it in y'all voice that y'all baby boomers. Y'all so much different than y'all parents. And see, I'm old enough to know y'all parents, right? I'm old enough to know y'all parents. And y'all so different than y'all parents. Your mama should have closed their leg and broke some of y'all neck. You know what I'm saying? You should have literally closed their legs and broke some of y'all neck. They knew that y'all was going to turn out the way that y'all turned it out. Y'all so hateful. Y'all are nothing like our grandparents. And our grandparents, you know what I mean, that used to love us. I wish that they were here, you know what I mean, so they can hear just how crazy y'all turned out to be.
And who is a baby boomer?
White folks.
I'm not that old. What are you talking about? I'm not no baby boomer.
I'm a baby boomer.
I'm older than you. Talking about?
God. Oh my God!
I am.
You showing that you sound like one. You got the mind like one. And if you're X generation, you turn out to be just like them baby boomers. And that's why you sound like them. And that's why I got you mixed up with them, because it just.
I was raised around a lot of older folks. I was raised around 60, 70, 80-year-olds from Mississippi.
Oh no, you weren't raised around no civil rights generation.
Yes, I was.
You was raised around them baby boomers like
that.
I was. Oh no, you wasn't, ma'am. No, you don't have love for black people, so I know you wasn't raised around those civil rights generation.
You don't know me.
They love us.
You don't know me from Adam. You don't know me from Adam.
I know
just because I disagree with you, don't mean I
gotta.
I can hear it in your
Listen.
In your mammy ass voice, like I can hear his Sambo ass voice when it
I ain't no mammy.
Oh, you definitely a mammy.
I ain't no under my.
You got a whole lot of mammy linked all attached all to your neck. From your neck on down to your feet. Matter of fact, the top of your head to your feet. You ain't nothing but old mammy. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? You missing off that pancake box. I'm catching your ass. I'm catching your ass and putting you back on that pancake box.
I ain't making no business.
You ain't got no business.
I ain't no mammy, nothing.
You don't have no business off that pancake box. You know what I mean? You too young to be a mammy like you are.
Hey, let's go to Natasha real quick. She got 8140.
I ain't gonna hear nothing but what the white man's saying, and them white people smell like players.
8140. Come on, caller.
Hey.
8140.
Hello.
81. Come on,
Hello?
81. What you?
I just feel as though there's nothing wrong with tuning in, okay? But don't tune in somewhere where your perspectives could be understood. I'm the type of person, you get to talking that stuff that a couple of these people on here talking, you should just be shut down and subtracted, because you're obviously not on the same wavelength that we're on. Your goal is not our goal. Just leave.
Why you want to be in the
Because-
echo chamber?
Because
the thing
it's
I
not
like about Martin's
it's not
show,
about
the thing I
listen,
love about Martin's show,
why are
Martin's
you
not
interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me?
Martin is
Why
not
are you
afraid to
interrupting
have
me?
people
Why are
on his
you
show that
interrupting
disagree
me?
with him.
Why are
That's
you
why I like
interrupting me?
Martin's show.
Why are you interrupting me
I
now?
respect
Why are you
Martin for
interrupting
that.
me? Why
I
are you
respect
interrupting
Martin
me?
for that.
Where is look,
Because
I waited till I
a
was
lot
called.
of these clowns,
I
a lot of
waited
these
till I was
clowns on
called
the internet,
on.
a lot of
Okay,
these
hold
clowns
it.
on the internet,
900. She
I
she was called on. Hold it. Hold it. Come on. 8140. I was called. She was called on.
I waited.
Okay.
Yes, I waited till I was called on. I didn't ever interrupt anybody, and I sat back and was all this foolishness. Okay, if your goal is not what the goal is of the group here, why are you here? We all don't absolutely agree with 100% of what we're saying, but generally, we all have the same ideals. You cannot have opposing ideals on such a serious subject concerning people's lives and think that we're supposed to respect what you're saying. No, these are not trivial issues. These are real life issues. And for you to think that the fact that I think it was a man said that he's fine with them being here, shut you down. There's no reason why you should be here. There's nothing else to say to you after that. This is because then it's not a matter of disagreeing about this or that. It's a matter of you don't even have an issue. You're opposing the basis of our issue here. So we don't have nothing to discuss with you.
Hey, ma'am, and what I want to show y'all is just how hateful these black folks are. They just as racist as they telling you that some white person is. They were in the 90s, they were standing with Daley while he was calling black children all type of animals and stuff like that. You know why? Because they agreed with him. You know why mass incarceration worked so good? You know why mass incarceration happened the way it did? Because they were a part of it. And now they're really showing their hand. Now that we're older, we can see them for who they are. And guess what? I'm not even going to even raise my voice. I'm saying, sister, these are the people we must separate from. We must separate from them. They hate us. They've always.
And you know, and can I say real quick? I wanted to say this real quick. When I listen to people that talk like that, you know what I get? It don't even be that they hate the whole race. It might be your daddy. It might be your uncle. It might be the little girl down the street when you were 5 years old that called you ugly and nappy-headed. Like, it'd be one thing that turns a person's perspective around for the rest of their life. And they'll never sit here and admit to us why they. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying.
No. I'm not saying you make excuses. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
Yeah, when these things happen, it's way deeper than they just don't like black people. But that's not our problem, though.
Right.
Right.
And
okay.
All I'm saying to you is that at this point, because you know, you got children and grandchildren, or just children that are young. You got any children?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, one thing about our grandparents preserve for the future. Now, our parents' generation, on the other hand, you know, they said it's all about me. Yeah,
I want them to forget. They will have a good time.
We never heard our grandparents say that. That came from our parents' generation, right? And I'm not saying all the baby boomers thought like that, but I'm pointing out something here because we have to preserve the future of our children and grandchildren. We can't listen to them. We must separate from them. Those are fools. You know what I mean? And you're a doctor. I'm a doctor. That's a patient. And so I was just treating him. That's, you know what I mean? That's why I'm not raising.
And I would like to respect my elders. But the thing about it
that's
is,
not your elders.
Let me tell you something. But I'm just saying, I worked with a lot of elders in my past, right? And one thing I learned from that experience, some people die a fool.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, don't get an eye
opener. That was an eye opener.
Don't get everybody mixed up because they grown that they your elders. The elders comes with more so what are you doing to help? You see how Mama Doris at 80 years old is still out on the front line? That's what eldership does. That's a grown nigga. Oh, it's totally different. You know what I mean? Them baby boomers, they ain't 15, 20 years old enough. They just grown. They're not our elders.
How you feel all that hate negativity, but you ain't did nothing, and then you ain't trying to do
nothing. You know what he did though?
You don't get to say anything
He went to the
Y'all get
Capitol.
to criticize
Calling the
and
police.
make
This brother doing all this talking,
black
and
people.
he still using
Calling the
the
police on
N-word.
black people. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see nothing white folks were doing wrong. Matter of fact, for the same
I call that.
marijuana, and drugs that he called the police on black children about in the 90s, now that they done quote unquote legalized marijuana, he don't have no problem with white folks selling marijuana. All they want to do is put the police on black people. They want to hate. They hate young black people. You know what I mean? And so before I said what I said to him, I wanted to be clear. Okay, do you feel as though that these people breaking the law should be held accountable?
Brother, black people just as evil as other people. People been selling drugs. Black people been selling drugs, and pimping women, doing the same thing that everybody else is. But don't try to make it seem black people been doing the same thing for years, and ravaging through neighborhoods and killing people. What you talking about?
I hope them kids rob you while you cutting your grass. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh man,
Now, let me finish what I'm saying.
Why would you wish that on somebody?
You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
I'm listening,
Evil
brother.
things to
I
say.
don't care.
Evil things
I don't
to
care
say
how-
to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, may I say something before I get on?
Yes, Doris, go ahead.
As a grandmother, as a teacher, as a counselor, it really hurts me. It really hurts me to listen to these people and how they talk about our children, how they talk about black children. There's so much hate towards black children from black people. It is just sad. It's very, very sad. And you wonder why the children are the way they are? Listen to you all. Listen to you. What did you reach back and help? What child did you reach back and help? These children didn't get this way by themselves. There's a cause and there's an effect. They did not get this way by themselves. How dare you speak of our children, our future, the way you all are talking about them? How did you develop this self-loathing attitude that you have?
Can you stay with this while I'm talking about?
My God, Mr. Please, stop it. If you don't like black people, black children, stay off this show. We came on to talk about immigration and what it is doing to the black community. This is serious. This is not anything to be playing with. We're doing what we're supposed to do to save the future for our children. Your days are over. My days are behind me. I am doing this for our children. The selfishness that you show, that I hear, and then you have the audacity to bring God into this picture. Leave God out of your mess, out of your wickedness, out of your evilness, out of your selfishness. This is about our babies. And our babies didn't get this way by themselves. People like you contributed to it. You love everybody but our babies. Like these other people are so perfect. You don't ask the question, how did they get this way? I came on here to talk about immigration, not to hear all this ignorance and this wickedness and this evilness, and then you bring God into your mess. Martin, thank you for having me on. I'm getting off.
Okay, thank you. We're going to end it shortly.
Martin, can I say something?
Brother Martin, but my question, Brother Martin, was, can anybody state what the immigration laws were? That was my original question. And if they can state where those people should not be here, then we have a good reason to get rid of them. But the state is allowing them to come here. Just state what the laws of the state is. And that way we can all start to go and find out if those people here if they here illegally or they here according to the laws of the state. Just state it.
Okay, Mark, real question. Answer that. Explain him what a migrant is, what an asylum seeker is. Explain that to him.
old as he is, you know what I'm saying? He think he know everything else.
Oh, see. He beat around the bush. He beat around the bush.
Can I say that?
Let me
Can
get
I
that
say it?
So a migrant
You next, Sister Erica.
goes from Mississippi to Chicago within the same country. An asylum seeker leaves their country because they're under threat of death, and which has been proven that they're not under threat of death because they made it clear that they were here for quote unquote better life. So there's only one left, illegal immigrant. And now that we've proven that they are illegal immigrants, then they must be held accountable for breaking the law. But you notice, older black people, middle-aged to me, because he ain't older to me, he's just middle-aged. He's like my mama. My mama ain't but 20 years older. Okay? The middle-aged generation wants to persecute black people while they pet white folks. He one of them guys that when one of the white men slapped the hell out of him, and he come to court and kiss him. Come to court, Judge, don't do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mean to stab me or shoot me or assault me. Just let him go, Judge. You know what I'm saying? Let me kiss him. I just want to kiss him. Right, man.
No, that's not true.
So, you shown that on numerous occasions, Sergeant Sambo.
No, that's not true.
You know, I can smell it. I can smell the house nigga on you too.
But you still haven't stated what the laws are. You still haven't stated what constitutional laws.
Sir,
name the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, the 14th. Oh, okay then.
All right. Law that said that these people can walk across this border illegally. Okay? There's no constitutional law. You can.
So is Illinois a friendly? Is Illinois a welcoming state, or is not a welcoming state?
You just said about.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. Is it a welcoming state?
The welcoming state is still against the law.
Oh man. All right.
Just like dispensaries selling marijuana, you know what I'm saying? Federally, it's still against the law. There's no federal law in the Constitution that says that it is okay for illegal immigrants to walk into this country. Now you can.
This is a welcoming state, brother.
Hey,
this is a welcoming state, yes or no?
You can try to make us a shit to make it okay, but you talking to somebody that know the law. Okay, all right. So
what state what the law is?
You can't say.
Can I weigh in on that?
Okay. Sister Erica, go ahead. Go ahead, Sister Erica.
Okay, so you asked to state law concerning why they are considered illegal, and I would like to tell you that the law, the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, states that unless a person goes through the naturalization process, the immigration and naturalization process, they cannot be considered a legal citizen. They are not considered someone that entered the country legal. They are breaking the law because they bypass that whole process. You understand? And as far as the word migrant refers to someone that moves from place to place within their own country. The word immigrant means someone that traveled from a foreign country to another country. Okay? And either way that you want to say it, whether you think that they came here seeking a better life or they came here for work, to make money, we all know that that economic immigration is illegal in America anyways. That's point blank, period. And if you're going to move to another country for a better life, the most logical thing would be for you to go to the country that's closest to yours. You don't bypass 30 countries to come all the way to America. And not only do you cross the border, the southern border, you make it all the way to the Midwest. You knew where your destination was going to be. You knew what specific state you wanted to go to? See, if you will really understand, brother, these people have been invited here. The Chicago Teachers Union, the next time we speak about this, I'm going to have an audio clip so you can hear about the Chicago Teachers Union going to Venezuela, and they admitted that there were no homeless people in Venezuela. They said that they were living good in Venezuela. Okay? So now, why would you leave your country, a tropical country, where you can walk outside and pick fruit off the tree? You will never go hungry, even if you were homeless. At least the weather is comfortable. You wouldn't be sleeping in below zero temperatures. Why would you come all the way over here? Okay? And as Mark said, this has something to do with NAFTA, with Trump forcing these corporations to bring their businesses back to America. Because Trump had an America First agenda. That's what he stood on. But when he said America First, he didn't mean for them to bring the jobs back to America and bring the whole country back with them. That's what Biden did. And he used people like Brandon Johnson and the Chicago Teachers Union to help him to do things like this. And J.B. Pritzker is on board too. And what we're trying to get you to understand is, if we don't put up some type of resistance, their goal is to bury us. Our children and our grandchildren will not have a secured future. Okay, we're already fighting for our survival now. You know, you all want to have this confrontational thing. We're not here for that. We're not here for that. We already know that we are a destroyed people that's on the way back. Okay? We are on the way back to the top. You talked about the Bible. The Bible said that the tail shall be the head and the last shall be first. So this is where we're at in our history. We're coming up out of a depression. We're trying to, but now they want to bring someone else in for us to battle with. So, but we're not having it. Okay, and that's the whole thing. We are the resistance. If you don't want to be part of the resistance, you don't have to. But don't come beating us up because we're trying to fight for black people to have a future. We're the only people on this earth that don't have a land to call our own. Do you all not understand that? All we have is our little communities. So don't it make sense that we would fight to hold on to that? Venezuelans can go back to their country if it don't work out here for them. What country do you have to go back to? None. Okay? That's common sense. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. An animal knows that. And animals are territorial. They know not to let people come in their territory. They know not to let people attack their young, attack their families. So, you have to look in the mirror at yourself and wonder, what's wrong with me that I don't see something wrong with this? That I don't think that I deserve better. We have to stop this. Our tax dollars are being used for our demise, for our displacement. And we think that's okay. Do you think it's okay because you're comfortable right now? But when this comes knocking at your door, and like Mark said, when you end up under the viaduct or on the park bench or in a tent city, then you're going to see it's real, and you're going to be looking for people like us to help, to speak on your behalf and help you fight. See, you're going to be looking for people like us, so you should appreciate the effort that we're putting forth to try and sort this shit off. We need to stop this. And that's what we're trying to do. We don't need you coming on here beating us up because we're standing up, though. Thank you, Brother Martin.
Okay. All right.
Martin, can I say something now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So like I was saying, I respect that you allow people to come on your show who disagree with either part or entirely what someone is saying. Because a lot of these clowns on the internet who claim to be big dogs and alpha males and all this other type of stuff, soon as somebody disagree with them about the smallest thing, they ready to beat up on them or kick them off the show. And like I was saying, how do people expect to come together when you can't even hold up, when you can't even conduct yourself under a little bit of scrutiny? But you expect to sit in city councils and town hall meetings with the so-called white man who's in power and have him not come down on you? How you can't even hold your own when it comes to a regular Joe disagreeing with you or questioning you. But you're gonna be all tough and roughshod in the city council meetings or in a courtroom somewhere. So that don't make no kind of sense. See, we don't have a lot of us lack the rules of engagement. See, we don't
separate. Why don't we just officially separate? Since we operate different and we can't sit around the white man. That's
you can't separate from you. Excuse me. You can't separate from everybody who disagree with you. You're always gonna have somebody who disagree with you on something. It don't matter what they look like. It don't matter what color they are.
I don't think it's about.
It don't matter with that. Somebody in your it don't matter. You can't call it. It's not just about disagreeing. Anybody who disagree with you about see, this is the problem in the Black community.
But ma'am,
excuse me. You didn't interrupt that girl when she was just talking just now because she was taking up for you. Don't interrupt me.
No,
Like I was saying, this is the problem because I disagree with you. Now you want to start jumping in on me.
No, the problem is you don't get involved.
Be quiet.
But you won't
And let me explain myself, and maybe you'll learn something.
All right.
We can't just call it. We can't call everybody a coon.
I don't get involved.
We can't call everybody a coon and a mammy and a unjemima. That's the first things you want to call somebody in the Black community. We want to call each other as soon as they disagree with us.
I was just putting it in proper perspective.
As soon as they disagree with us on the slightest thing, it don't matter how big or how small. As soon as somebody disagree with us who look like us, that's the first thing we want to call them, and that is not right. That is not right because black folks the first ones to say we're not a monolith. We're not a monolith. But then when somebody come along and they prove that we're not all the monoliths, what's the first? So you damn if you do, you damn if you don't.
We don't have to argue. We can just separate.
Okay, excuse me. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking necessarily to you. You just let this lady get 5 minutes of talking. You didn't say nothing. You was listening. So be quiet. Be quiet.
Okay. All right. But can we separate before I be quiet? Okay.
Everybody can separate. You don't have to respond. Listen, we have this thing in America. That's the beauty of America. Did people learn how to ignore? Did your mom never tell you to ignore people? If you don't like something I'm saying, sir, you don't have to listen. You don't have to respond. You can ignore me. You can be like, oh, she ain't number no mammy. She ain't number some bootlicking coon mammy. She don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want to
ignore you. If you want to think that way, sir, you can think that way. But Martin, like I was telling you, this is why I participate in your show, Martin, because I do have a lot of respect. Because most of these cats out here, no matter if it's a man or a woman, don't matter if they got 5 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, they don't allow people on their show who disagree with them. If you disagree even in the slightest form about anything and you cause even the slightest bit of controversy, they ready to cut you off. But I like that Martin embraces the controversy. I like that he welcomes people who don't. I like that he's not only interested in being in an echo chamber. Because look, You talking about let's separate. Look, you're not gonna get anything done just being in an echo chamber. That's the problem with the internet. It allows people to just be in some echo chamber, and this is the reason why we got so much division right now, because people don't even have the basic social skills to come together to just even listen to people who disagree with them. Instead of listening and listening to understand, we listen to respond, and that's the problem with people. You don't try to listen because you're really trying to understand where that person is coming from. You ain't interested in understanding. You only listen to try to prove them wrong, get all of your feelings and your pride to show how big and mighty you are, and to tear each other down. And and that's just sad. That's sad, and it shouldn't be like that. And I'm saying this. If we can't even be civil enough to one another, how we expect to come together to fight this bigger issue? That don't make no kind of sense. That don't make no sense at all.
I wouldn't fight anything with a person like you. I mean, just I hear your spirit. Your spirit. I don't want you next to me. Not in no fight. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's wrong? You think there's anything wrong with a bunch of people walking across the border and harming and even though it harms your people? Do you see anything wrong with that?
I see a problem when there are lots of homeless people, homeless Americans, who can't get assistance for whatever reason. I ain't talking about the ones that's just lazy and leeching off the government. I ain't talking about them. They deserve what they get. If you don't want to get out there and work and do what you got to do.
I didn't ask you about no Americans.
No, I was answering your question, sir. Let me finish. I was answering your question. I feel that it is a problem when the people who are out on the street cold because of no fault of their own, either because they lost their job in this economy or they got evicted because of the high rent. And they're not getting, and they're not Americans, and they're not getting any help, and Americans are not getting any help. But meanwhile, somebody over here, can you just be quiet and let me finish? I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. Just be quiet. Just be quiet.
Illegal immigrants, not Americans.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. Just listen. I just said, if you listen to what I said, I feel that the people who are out on the street, American citizens, who are out on the street to no fault of their own, and they're not getting any kind of assistance whatsoever, but you got people that can come over here and get free health care, free housing, free phones. I do think that's a problem. I don't think that that's right. Because when you got people out in the street in Chicago and other places, they can't afford health insurance. And if they can't afford health insurance, they got such a high deductible that they got to pay first. That it just makes health insurance whatever, and then they got to pay all this high rent. They don't get any kind of assistance.
So should illegal immigrants be?
I'm agreeing with you. I agree with you there. I don't think somebody who's not even a citizen of this country should come over here and reap the benefits that even some American citizens can't get. No, I don't think that's right.
Should they be charged criminally is the question I'm asking.
I mean, how would they be charged criminally if they're not a citizen? What are we going to do to them? We can't kill them. So what are we going to?
You do know it's illegal to walk across the border, and you can be held criminally. You do know that, right?
Well, yes, I do know it's illegal. I do know it's illegal.
Okay,
I'm hearing though that, and this is the power of the internet, because I listen to other shows that talk about this, and one person who is over in Israel right now, he said on the show that the algorithms on their social media, he's an American. He lives in Israel for 6 years now. This is what he said now. He said that the algorithms over there where he is, the marketing over there is telling those people in these foreign countries that if you go to America, you can get a job, like a cleaning job for like.
Yeah, you're not answering the question.
$37 an hour.
You're not answering.
I'm letting you know that the algorithm.
Should they be criminally charged for breaking the law? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, I suppose they should. I suppose they should. But what I'm telling you is, they're not coming over here out of their own.
I don't care what they came over here for.
They're being sent over here. If you would listen to what I'm saying, they're not going to be criminally charged. You asking me a question, but I'm telling you, they're not going to be criminally charged because they're being sent over here.
I'm not asking you to.
And if you would
assume whether
listen, you
they're
would
gonna be
understand that. They're
charged or
being
not. I
sent
asked
over
you
here.
to-
They're being
I'm
sent
asking
over
you,
here.
should they be criminally charged? I'm not telling you to assume what you think is going to happen. I said, should they be criminally charged? You're not listening because you got two mouths and one ear.
If they're being paid to come over here by our government,
I don't care what's happening. I'm asking you, do you feel like I feel that they should be criminally charged?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Because they're being told to come over here. They're being told to come over here. They're being told to come over here.
What they being told? I'm saying they should be criminally charged. And I'm asking you, do
that's
you
your
feel
opinion.
the same way? And you
So
said no.
So you and I disagree. So now what? So now what?
Man,
so now what?
You know what I'm saying? Like you want
so now what?
Question you asked
I
me.
answered your question.
You know what I mean?
I answered your question.
Okay, so now going to
and from what I was saying is they're being told to come over here. And like I was saying, their algorithm over there on their social media is promoting them to come over here. And they're being paid to come over here.
I don't care nothing about
Okay.
Well, look.
Hey, Mark.
Look, you ain't trying to understand that.
900.
You ain't trying to understand.
900. You've been going for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me let I think Sarge want to get in. Then 912. Come on, Sarge. What you got to say, man?
Well, the brother was absolutely right when he was talking about there's nothing in the Constitution that talks about all this migration stuff. Now, as the Articles, Constitution, all that. Now, if somebody's being prosecuted for political reasons and this and that, or they've been held as a political prisoner in said country, they could come to the United States and receive political asylum. These people are not coming here for any type of asylum. They coming to get paid.
That's what I said.
They came over the border of their own free will into this country after being asked to come here by the Biden-Harris administration.
Right.
They broke the law when they stepped foot in Texas. They are illegal immigrants, one and all.
And see, when you have this conversation, everybody wants to talk about Abbott, but how did they make it to Abbott unless Joe Biden, after Title 42 expired, let them cross the border? See, we can't talk about Abbott without talking about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the one that told the military, cut the barbed wire down. He's telling a governor to break the law to accommodate these people. And they're saying to him, no, we're not going to do it. Even though the Supreme Court ruled, they're saying, hell no, this is going to hurt our generations to come. And they got every right to oppose even the president if he's lost his mind, and which we know Joe Biden lost his mind already. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever he says at this point, he's not in the right mental capacity to be.
But see, the thing is this: what people are missing is this. Within the Constitution, it does say that each state has the right to defend its borders against tyranny for this country. So now look at what you got. You have the National Guard from 25 states, 25 out of 50 are in Texas. They didn't kick all the doggone government folk out of there, off the border.
No,
it's like, no.
The government people took their uniforms off and standing with America. They ain't going nowhere. See,
that's what I'm saying.
We're the only ones that don't get it because we want to love everybody, but our own people.
Right.
We want to be sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they do with the Mexicans and their children. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about them breaking up their family. Because all they got to do is pack them up and take them with you. See, that's why you got to have somebody like Trump in office. because having Trump in office for this next 4 years is going to help with this problem, this imminent threat. Matter of fact, I'm going to call it what it needs to be called. This is an imminent threat to black people in this country, to Americans in general, but mainly to black people. And, well, let me tell you this here.
Look, our country is getting invaded. Bottom line. This is
okay, so why you arguing about this point and you see what's going on? And, you know,
exactly. This is what invading.
You saying ain't nothing wrong with it. Well, I mean, make your mind up.
Exactly.
You see now, so make your mind up.
See, that's the thing.
Do you understand as a grandfather at your age? I'm a grandfather too. At our age, as a grandfather and father, we got to preserve tomorrow for our babies. I'm not here because I don't care about no Africans, no Mexicans, no Jews. I don't give a shit about none of those people. Period. I'm strictly here for the future of our babies.
Exactly. I'm like, either you
I don't
care
about them other people. I don't care if they don't eat.
That's it. It's like this: fish or cut bait. Make up your mind.
Yeah. Our people
fish or cut bait.
These kids out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with them. Look, if we don't see nothing wrong with the sellouts, I don't see nothing wrong with these kids when they run up in them stores and take everything. When they run up there on the Gold Coast and Potter stores, I don't see. If we don't see nothing wrong with the sellout, I don't see nothing wrong with the kids. They ain't doing nothing wrong. They can't be doing nothing wrong. The sellouts ain't doing nothing wrong. You know,
they the ones that made them laws saying you got to leave them alone. So okay, fine. Y'all made the leave them alone law so let them kids go up there and smash everything that they can.
But see, y'all made the it's okay that sellout keep selling out. As long as they Masons, Eastern Star sorority fraternity members, it's okay what they've been doing for 50 or 100 years. Mm-hmm. They've been selling us out.
See?
I wish some kids catch them coming up out of them lodges, you know what I'm saying, and stick them up too. Fuck them niggas in them motherfucking Mason lodges. Them Eastern Stars too. I don't give a shit about none of them. If they don't care nothing about these kids, fuck them niggas. Them old motherfucking freak ass niggas barking and ski-weeing. I don't care if the kids rob them, go over in Hyde Park and rob them. When they was robbing them at a gas station, well, that was the funniest shit in the world to me. And now all them niggas running scared and going crazy. I was loving that the kids was going over there. Now y'all figure out where the real place at, where them house niggas at. Get them house niggas and Jews over there.
Hey,
I wasn't mad at them kids.
Hey, Mark, I got one more caller.
Even if they robbed me, and you know something, Martin, even if they robbed me, because if I didn't stand up for them and I was collateral damage, you know what I'm saying, even though that I'm an activist out here, if they make a mistake and rob me, I ain't mad at them if they rob me, because it's our fault that these children turned out this way.
They are children.
Everybody
exactly. If you someplace your ass ain't supposed to be, then hey,
yeah.
It is what it is.
We got.
I want to get your ass while you cutting that grass and rob. That make you lay in that grass, make it wet. That day that the grass will be kind of wet.
You say
you got grass all inside your neck.
Hey, let's take this last call. 917. Come on, caller. 917.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how you doing?
I promise you. Oh, that's good. How are you?
Good.
Where's Maria at? Maria, what's wrong, Maria? Marie.
Her phone breaking up or something.
Your phone breaking up.
Is it?
Yeah, take me off loud mic. Take me off loud mic. Just talk. Okay.
There's no noise.
Okay, go ahead. Talk.
Where's Maria?
Just talk. Say what you want to say.
Aliens got to go back. They can't stay here. They can't stay here. They've taken over every American, especially us. We already know that. Obviously, Mark is a stomp down too, aren't you, Mark? Mark is stomp down, Martin. He's like Charleston. He don't care about nothing, us or nobody. Ain't he a stomp down? And Martin, you can go to Charleston. He'll talk to you. I told you that before. He's real nice. He'll love to talk to you. He like older men that is smart like you, and I'm not lying about you to you either. You could inbox that man. He gonna inbox you back. I promise you. I promise you on everything. He will inbox you back, and he gonna like you. I promise you that, because you're so calm, you're real respectful, and you're very smart. You don't deal with nobody who's not smart. I wouldn't send you to him if I didn't think you were smart and qualified. I promise you that too. But yeah, I just called to say the aliens got to go back, and Maria tripping tonight because they love Miss Doris on YouTube. All them white folks love Miss Doris. Maria got to chill out on Miss Doris.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am. Maria may have escaped off that pancake box and trying to catch some black folks.
I ain't in no kitchen making no biscuits nowhere.
He's trying to catch
I ain't making no
man.
biscuits, sir. I ain't making no biscuits nowhere.
Ma'am, I'm talking to the lady that
Yeah,
understands.
you talking about me. I'm talking about me.
understands.
I ain't escaped from no pancake box, nothing.
Well, you kind of sound like it. I'm gonna get that rag and put it on your head. I'm gonna get that rag and put it on your head, and we're gonna capture you. We're gonna put an APB out on you, capture you, and put you back.
Okay.
On that
Yeah.
box.
Go ahead,
I'm putting
Tiffany.
you back on that box.
They got to go back.
They got to go back.
My muscle back.
They got to go back. Huh?
Yeah, they got to go back.
Or Mrs. Buttersworth.
Yeah.
And
What-
Martin, let me tell you something about our loud big old fist that there. That shit got movement, man. They put that barbed wire up. That's because of our loud ass mouths. That's because of us, Martin. We did that, man. Them white folks ain't out there saying put the barbed wire. No, that's our loud ass mouths doing that. Every time Miss Doris, Mr. George, you, Tyrone, and all. Well, no, that's about it because J. Maul and the other reps don't go. But anyways, anytime that we keep hooping and hollering, every single, just watch how we move, Martin. I'm telling you, man, you got a lot of power. You got a lot of power. And Charleston will talk to you. I would never send you to him if I was wrong about it. He will welcome you. He likes people who's smart and older with knowledge. And you can read, write, and comprehend, and he loves it. And I'm not being sarcastic. But every time you do something, Martin, just watch how everything keeps changing. That barbed wire up there because of us. It ain't because of white folks. White folks been complaining forever. They don't move nothing. They not changing nothing. Telling you. That's why our kids do what they want to do and they don't get to get in trouble no more, man. I'm telling you, man, there's so much power in us. We got so much goddamn, man. We got so much power. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
with
hey,
the kids, I said something else.
I want to say something. I want to say something real quick. I haven't said. I've been quiet. I want to address it to Mark, and I want to say this is what I want to say. I believe, and I'm agreeing with Mark on this most definitely. A lot of these older people, they hate black people. They hate it. They don't listen. Let me just say this. A lot of successful black people, influential people, they hate young black people. They hate them. And that's not good at all. That's not good at all. They hate it. And like Mark said, I too experienced the war on drugs. I was in that number. Didn't get locked up. I got locked up, but I didn't serve no prison time. And yes, the police was called on us. Yes, it was a lot of older people called the police, and they should have. We was breaking the law, doing all that. But they hate the younger people. And again, Mark is right. If any young person that's watching this live right now, and they hear the way some of you guys talk on here about black people, they'll never be one with us. I'm talking about young soldiers. Them young people are our soldiers. The ones out there carjacking and doing all that wrongdoing, those are our soldiers. Just like the white folks got the Klan, we got the young thugs. Those are our soldiers. And we got to be careful how we treat them. We got to be careful. Now, I know it's kind of comical when Mark say, hey, I hope they stick you up, carjack and all that. And Mark said something profound a couple of years ago, and I'm going to say this. White people know if their children don't eat, their children are going to eat them. And that's what you're seeing right now. A lot of our black young teenagers are not eating. And so what they result to? Stealing, robbing, carjacking, smashing, and grabbing. Trust me.
Hey, Mike.
Go ahead, Mark.
I want you to say that to them again. Didn't I predict that they were going to eat their ass?
Yeah.
Didn't I predict exactly what they're doing? I said this
But Mike,
that them kids, when they grow up, them hateful niggas that starve these kids out, you ain't going to feed them? Okay, they're going to eat your ass. And you see what they doing, you know what I'm saying? They eating them. They robbing them every day. You know what I'm saying? They driving these, and see, They was a little younger back then when I was saying this stuff. They was 5 and 10 years younger, and they still didn't do right.
But you
None of these kids, them kids now, them kids, you know what I'm saying, catching them women over in Hyde Park, robbing them, catching them old men over in them neighborhoods, robbing them. And boy, it ain't nothing more joyful than to see you niggas go crazy. You know what I'm saying? With all that hate y'all have for these children. God let them rob y'all. God let them is showing his displeasure to these children. For all this evil stuff, smiling with the white man.
I'll let you talk, old timer. Let him finish.
While he was doing all this evil stuff, you know, they was smiling and they was calling these kids thugs and animals and all this. And God is showing his displeasure through every time that them kids go and rob one of them product stores. They rob one of these older black folks. They take one of them women and make her in her Sunday dress, get up under the car or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault. You had a chance to make things better for these babies. But you turn your back.
Them white folks.
Now God then turn his back on you. And you know what? I hope that they come up in one of them churches and throw live chickens. Those been churches, right? Y'all saw churches Sunday morning. Live chickens. They just throw the live chickens in the church. You know, don't even let y'all have church from now on. Ain't nothing in peace. Since y'all didn't caring about them kids starving, the kids been caring about your nigga ass having church or nothing. You know what I'm saying? God is showing his displeasure, and God gonna let them start coming in churches and robbing y'all ass too. Because y'all evil. You know what I'm saying? You be evil all through the week. You know what I'm saying? Get close to the Sunday. You go and get drunk as hell on the weekend, and then you go to church like you holy. No, you ain't holy. No. You don't get a chance to do that. You don't get a chance to work all week, party on the weekend, and then go to church like you ain't did nothing wrong. God gonna show his displeasure, and y'all gonna be coming about the church just smiling, and them kids gonna have y'all ass laying on the ground, going all through your purse, you know what I'm saying, all in your bra, getting the money out your bra, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You better wake up. You better listen to me. And then when you get older,
brother, you know what?
And then when you get older,
I'm gonna let you talk, old time.
In that senior citizen jail. Then they're gonna put you in that senior citizen jail called the old folks home. They're gonna put you, that's a jail now. And they're raping y'all and all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff going on up in that senior citizen jail. And they've been using dope. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same generation that 30 years ago that was on dope. Now you just got old. You just a dope head. You know what I'm saying? 70, 80-year-old dope head. Okay? So no, you're not gonna get away with this evil stuff y'all been doing to black people. I hope God is gonna rain down on you evil niggas. You know, and the older y'all get, the more God gonna rain down on y'all ass. Y'all
gonna be the first one.
Be paralyzed from neck down, and you ain't gonna do nothing. Be able to lay on your back, and they're gonna come in there and be kicking you in your ass. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff. All that evil shit your ass did. You know what I'm saying? Years prior.
Okay, old timer, go ahead.
I say to you, brother, Satan, the Lord rebuke you. Brother, you are the devil. The devil got your mind. The devil is feeding you with all these evil thoughts and all the more words that you're saying. And everything that you listen how you talk. Listen how you talk. The devil, I say the blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus is against you. You have your father, the devil, brother. And the lust of your father, you would do.
You see your future, though.
The lust of your father, you would do. So that's why you say that.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You gotta watch what you say.
That brother got the devil in him. That brother got the devil in him. And he ain't never been. I tell you what, brother Martin. That brother talking. Okay, that brother talking so much. Tell him to put. Let me see. I want to see when he put his busload, 3 busloads of people, and take them down to confront J.B. Prisker. Tell him to put his money where his mouth is. He's talking on this phone to us. Tell him to put 3 busloads of people down there when it's raining. Don't do it when the sun shines. Get your 3 busloads of people and go down there to J.B. Prisker and tell him what you telling us. You so big and bad.
You ain't got him.
Yeah, you got all the answers. You go down there to the state legislator and confront him like you confront us and talking and curse him out. And curse him and say all the things in front of him. You ain't nothing but the devil, brother. The devil got your mind, twisted, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Talking on the phone like this here. You talk like an old fool.
Hey,
I agree.
I want to say something real quick. Old timer. Now I want you to really be honest
Yeah.
with me. Did he say anything that you could agree with? Did he say anything that you could agree with? Talking about Mark.
Well, I mean, first of all,
I'm asking.
he asked the question.
Yeah.
Understand? Yeah, he asked the question that nobody really was asking. Do I agree with the immigrants coming here? I maintain this is an undertaking that none of us can take this. We can't take this and go against this undertaking. It's a large undertaking stated by the government. The government is in control. The government at any point in time can stop the buses from leaving
Okay,
Texas.
old timer.
The government at any point in time.
Old timer. You didn't answer my question. I asked you, I asked you, did he say anything tonight? He said a lot of things that you don't agree with. Nothing he said tonight. Nothing.
Nothing he said, no.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. I just acted to want to know that. I just wanted to put it out there.
Martin.
Martin, can I
It's
say
about to happen to him quicker than it's going to happen to his mammy.
Oh man,
Get it a little early. He look. That's why he says, "Satan, the Lord rebuke you," because he can see it.
That's right.
He's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. He knows.
Well, I wouldn't let the devil. I wouldn't let the devil use me like he used you. I wouldn't let the devil do that.
Mm-hmm.
You late 60s, early 70s.
You ought to be saying yourself, bro.
It's right around.
You ain't got no respect.
We got
You ain't got no respect.
we got a new caller. We got a lady on here. We got a new caller, y'all. A new caller. 470. Come on, sister. What you got to say? A lot have been said.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm calling in to speak with the to speak on Tiffany and the other young lady.
Yeah.
Why do you two cage bitches keep calling
The
in?
baby, you can't
line?
call. No, don't do that now. We got enough callers. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Cage bitches.
Go ahead, hang
Man.
up.
Find another
Man.
platform.
Go ahead, hang up. I ain't never called nobody out their name.
Don't do that. I
Come
mean,
on, man. What
she can't
Martin,
call
I hope
nobody.
you hung up on her. I ain't never called
She's
nobody
gone.
out their name now.
She gone. I ain't
Yeah,
don't
please,
call no
please,
beat now.
You
Yeah.
know, Martin, I ain't never called nobody out their name.
I can't wait for I can't wait for the house nigga devil. I can't wait for the house nigga devil to get these little imps. You know what I'm saying? The house nigga devil is going to let them get robbed when they get in their senior citizen home. It's gonna be like jail.
Hey, Mark.
And it's right around the corner.
Hey, Mark. Let me say something. I want to ask old timer, as a black man, old timer, do you think that black people should take some responsibility the way our young people are acting out here? Is it our fault? I'm talking about as a whole. I'm not saying as a whole. Do you think it's our fault?
Well, I mean, I just think that it's a time. Yes, it's our fault because it's a time of freedom. It's a time of freedom, Martin. The freedom moved from R&B, where they used to have rhythm and blues groups, where they used to sing, to where it's an individual thing now. And the people, what they used to do in the 60s and 70s, maybe part of the 80s, they don't sing those type of songs anymore. They don't sing love ballads anymore. Everything is individual, what they want to do. And for whatever reason why they want to do it.
Messed it up. That's why they don't sing them songs no more. And I can't
come on.
That wheelchair. I want you to
whatever, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead on and talk, bro.
Wheelchair, and them kids be sticking you up.
Go ahead on and talk, bro.
I want you to be in that wheelchair. I can see you now. Just crying. You just crying. You're handicapped. You handicapped. And you did all that evil shit in your life. And them kids hit your ass. And the Grand Reaper comes and get you. The house nigga devil gets you. Ooh, that house nigga devil gonna be all over you.
You just get
the house nigga devil gonna get you, gonna whoop you cat ragged. You know what I'm saying? You
Hold his feet to the fire, Martin. Martin, hold his feet to the fire. Make him get 3 busloads of people and take them down to Springfield. Get 3 busloads of people and take them down to Springfield.
Repent.
He ain't right in the head, Martin.
Repent,
All right. 3 busloads.
I'm going to repent right now.
Yeah, 3 busloads of people and make a statement to
If you
Springfield.
don't repent now, I'm going to let the Sambo devil and the Mammy devil get both of y'all tonight. I'm going to pray.
All right.
I'm praying. I'm telling God.
Talking loud,
If the Sambo devil and the Mammy devil get both of y'all.
Hey, Mark.
I want them to get you.
That brother talking, he's talking loud and saying,
We're good.
yeah, he's just talking loud.
Listen.
Look, he got scared, Martin. That nigga
He
got
rambling.
scared. They rebuke you. They rebuke you. Don't you pray that devil on me. I've been Sambo already. Don't you pray that Sambo devil gets me. Don't you pray that. Please don't make it happen.
What are
Please
you
don't
talking
pray
about?
for Sambo
What are you
devil.
talking about? You sound crazy.
All right. All right, y'all.
All
right. We're gonna end it right here, people. We're gonna end it right here. Okay, thank y'all for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. And as I say, as the sister said, this is the place that you don't have to agree with me, but I definitely will hear you out. So thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
thank you,
I
old timer.
appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that.
Thank you, 900. Thank you, Tim.
Martin, I just gotta say one more thing, Martin. I just gotta say one
Go
more
ahead.
thing. I bet you he got them big old fingers, and he been thumping them little kids upside their head when their mamas wasn't looking. He was torturing them kids. And now that Sambo devil, when he get in that wheelchair, handicap him neck down, them kids gonna grow up and whoop his ass for all the Sambo house nigga shit he did. They gonna take his lawnmower and he gonna be able to cut that grass
Why
no
you
more.
speak so much
They're
that
gonna
on
burn
somebody?
that grass up in front of his
Why
house.
you say so much that?
He gonna be like that man. He gonna be like an old nigga on Color Purple. He gonna be like a nigga on Color Purple. You know what I'm saying? Everything he touch gonna turn to shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Tell him to put his 3 busloads on. Tell him to put his money where his mouth is.
Old time.
Nigga on Color Purple.
Go see,
Everything he touch gonna turn to shit.
Tell him to go see J.B. Frisker.
Yeah.
Tell him we want to see him on TV talking to J.B. Frisker. So stop talking to us and go talk to Frisker. And we'll see what you see if you can put your money where your big mouth is. You talking all that stuff, but go talk to the powers that be.
Oh.
You so big and bad.
I got my 2 fingers pointing at the phone right now.
Yeah, right.
All right, y'all. We gotta sign off tonight. Thank you,
All right.
Sister
Good night,
Erica.
Martin.
Sister Erica. Thank you, Mama Doris. Thank you for all the callers call in. Y'all, we gotta learn how to disagree without calling each other, cussing each other out. That's all. No problem, sister. I appreciate it. Thank you. It was definitely a good show. Definitely a good show.
I ain't got no problem.
Good night.
No problem with no confrontation.
Right.
But you know what? You know, the Republicans is one party, the Democrat is another party, and the Democratic Party belongs to Democratic Party belongs to predominantly black people. And we gotta get in it and we gotta make it work. Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing in this world, bro.
On your grass no more.
Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing in this world. Everything you get, you got to work for.
You evil nigga.
All right, y'all. All right, Mark.
Your wife gonna leave.
All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Y'all keep talking. Listen,
You already know what it is.
I got to get out of here, y'all.
Uncut, unedited.
This is what
Tell
we
the truth
and what
and shame the devil.
and what.
I love being black.